Hey, we made it. I think we're on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome to Larry's Library, and I'm here with my daughter, Kristan, aka the Comic
Hello.
Slayer.
Thanks for having me, Dad.
No problem. Thanks for being here. So, this is the check-in number 8. If anyone's keeping track, no one's keeping track, but it is number 8.
Someone maybe.
They might, hoping
So
that
if you
I'll
ever get it
goof up the
wrong,
numbering.
yeah, you're gonna know. You're gonna know.
Yeah. So, it's I do these the first Saturday of every month, and this is the first Saturday of the new year as well. So, we're going to do our Christmas hauls, mostly comic or comic related, mostly. And I've some of these I haven't even. I haven't taken them all the way out of the packaging, the non books, because I wanted to do this first. I know I'm crazy, but
Yeah, that's a lot, but I still
well,
have many in the shrink just because I haven't read them yet. So
okay. Well, I've stretched all my books. I open those. I don't. I'm not a heathen. I don't keep those in the shrink rack. You know?
mine are in the shrink because guess what? I don't care yet. I'm not reading it yet. I don't care yet.
James is here, of
Hey,
course.
James.
Karthik is here. Hello. Who else? Call me Top Gun 45. Hey, Internet Dad and Sis. Hope you guys are doing well. Pretty
to
good
see
so
you
far.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I had an ordeal. I tried to replace my chair because this one's starting to creak. And yeah, didn't work. The new chair killed my back. So spent the morning taking it apart and shoving it back in a box. So now I'm back
Good
in the old
times.
chairs. So if you hear a big creak sound, I'm not murdering someone. It's
Yeah.
the cylinder, I think, is going out or something, a bushing. I don't know. It's a chair thing.
Just so everyone knows, I gave him that line because every time you describe that squawk, it does. I'm like, oh, like you're murdering someone. Let everyone
Yeah.
know you're not doing that.
If I lock the tilt out, it won't do it. But then it just feels like
Mm,
I'm being waterboarded or something. I have to be able
you're
to do
stuck.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and I have to move a lot too, and I guess I got that from you because I'll
maybe.
watch people and they're just sitting, and I'm just like, "How are you doing this for like hours on stream?" I don't understand.
Yeah, and a lot of them have those so-called gaming chairs, and everything I read about them says they're not ergonomic at all. So
Yeah,
I don't know, but I've never tried one though. So maybe those reviewers are full of crap. I don't. You've never had one either, have you?
no, never.
Yeah. So I think before we do the hauls, maybe we should talk about what are your plans for your channel for the new year? Have you got any specific things that's going to happen?
Yeah, I have some videos I'm working on. One I can't talk about because I did a video with Reed. Some people may have seen called "My Husband Ruins My TBR,"
Yep.
and TBR meaning to be read list. Where I picked 5 books for him to read and he picked 5 books for me. Mine were very nice. Mine were like, hey, I think you would like this is nice for you. And then
Easy
his were
assignments. Yep.
yeah, and then his were like, here's a book with too many words and you're gonna hate it. And I'm just like, what are you doing to me? So I have read some from that list so far. Some of them I'm struggling through, but we're gonna do a follow-up to that. I think it'll be fun. Because I may hate some stuff. It'll be great. So there's that. There's some other things I'm working on. Of course, I've been doing consistent reading updates with my friend Mary M.
Yeah, those have been
That
great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been really fun. Mary and I have been friends for like years now, so I think that's like coming across when we hang out.
Yeah, you and Mary together is really entertaining. It's good.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you think that. It's fun. It's really fun. So we just like talk about what we read since the last one we did and stuff we want to read in the month. I tend to have lofty ambitions and they either do or don't happen. So that's always fun too. But yeah,
Yeah.
we've been doing those maybe once a week or so. So those are the live things we've been doing and we'll keep that up. And I don't know. I have other ideas that are coming, some weird videos that people may not expect. I know you could try to keep it positive on your channel. I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about books I don't like. I think that's fun when it happens because sometimes you just need to know what to avoid,
I keep thinking about doing one and maybe making it some sort of a regular thing, like put it on the schedule as a specific show I do once a year or something. I don't know.
Once
Thinking
a
about it.
year. Wow.
Well, I'm so I'm negative by nature. People who just know me from YouTube probably have no idea that that's
It's
true,
true,
but
though.
you know it's true.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be the opposite of that online. I mean, I'm not faking. Everything I'm saying is what I believe, but I'm just not talking about the things that I don't like, you know.
Sure. And I haven't done a dedicated video to like, I hate these books or anything like that. I don't know that I'll do that, but I don't shy away from it. Like if we do a reading update, I'm like, yeah, I didn't love this. Here's why, you know?
Right. Karthik's a fan of you and Miriam also.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I've wanted her to do videos with me for a long time, but I don't know. It's just never worked out. And then finally she's like, you know what? We should do it. But she's been awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I thought it was awesome. She had your headphones in the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. She asked me, she's like, what are you using? Because the ones she was using, she said were hurting her ears.
Oh,
so I was like, yeah. And
because they
these are
sounded
perfect for
fine.
that.
It was just hurting her. Okay.
Right. So I was like, well, yeah, these are like really, they're cloud. They're really soft. And these are your hand-me-down, you know, headphones I've been using for a long time. And so they sound good and they feel
That's
really
what I
nice.
used for Skyrim for years and years, you know.
Yeah.
And the only reason I got rid of them was because, or I stopped using them was because the wire just bothered me when I was gaming, and I finally went to wireless.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. You know, it kills me. I've spent so much time and effort to try to get the audio acceptable on these shows. and then like the interview I did with Scott Juan Cristiano, I'm pretty sure he's using a friggin' iPad and the stuff that comes with the iPad, you know, because I've seen the wire. I think he's using the mic on the wire.
Yeah. A lot of people do that.
It sounded fine. It's
yeah, I've told you. I mean, that's what, like, especially with these lives, like this thing always sounds fine, and you know, it just stays plugged in. What I like about this too is this cord is so long that it doesn't really bother me.
It's one of those really soft, supple rubber ones too. It's
like the ropey
good
kind.
quality.
Yeah.
HyperX does good quality stuff, I think.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could. There's a lot of tech stuff I'd like to talk about, you know, and I'd like to do videos on, but it's so off topic. I don't want to lose my audience, you know. I almost wonder if I should do like some secondary channel, but I don't really have time for that, do I? You know.
Well, but I mean, if you every now and then, like the people who watch it are going to watch it, right? Like Reed and I did this video, which if anyone watching is interested in this, please check it out, because people just like were like, nah. They were like, no, thanks. We don't care about this. But I thought it was such a cool concept. Reed thought of the idea, and it was records we want turned into comic books.
Right. Yeah, I like that one.
There's like, we did it months ago, 60 people or something watched that. And thank you to those 60 people. Yes. But like compared to my other videos, I'm like, oh, everyone hated this video, or they just were like, records we don't care. But I mean, the concept we wove into comics, and we also love records, so it was just like, oh, this makes sense. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
every now and then people are just like, no.
Our joint top 10 of the year videos are doing really well.
Yeah,
I think so.
That was really fun. Yeah, someone commented on my part 2, and they were like, oh, it's such a good idea. I was like, yeah, it was my dad's idea. So it was a good idea for sure. We'll have to do it next year, or this year.
I wish I could afford to get the StreamYard Premium, you know, but I just can't.
No, it's way too much. Yeah,
because,
it's not worth it.
Because I'd like to put my own background there, and you can't do that with the free StreamYard. And all my videos are 4K except the ones where I use StreamYard, and then it's capped at 720 because I can't. They want like $20.
I think it's
$20 a month.
I think it's more. Yeah, it's the tiers are
like a month. It's a lot of money.
Well, there's other tiers. They go up from there.
Oh yeah. I mean, just to get into the 1080, you know, and be able to change
that's still
background.
A lot. Yeah, that's just a lot.
But that's a big ask to me, at least for what I do with it, you know. Hayden's here.
Hey, Hayden.
Hayden, awesome. So, anyway, so Monday, I think I have my comic book ads, where I show some scans I've done from old comic books, some of the cooler ads, and I don't know. I'm hoping it'll do good because I love looking at those old ads. And it's ironic too, because you don't be a hardcover collector and you being a collected edition collector, let's just say that. You don't want the ads. and you're glad they're not there.
Typically, right? Because like some of those
Yeah.
old Omnis kept some stuff in,
Yeah, a few.
right?
Yeah, some of the house
And that
ads maybe.
they're rare, but yeah,
Yeah,
which is cool.
yeah. But being able to see them when you want to see them, that's kind of
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
very different. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some nostalgia, too, of course. But so that's what I got Monday. Think, yeah, that should be right. I
Cool.
was like 3 Mondays ahead on the scheduling, and it got away from me, and now I'm like 1.5.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
I'm not even that now. So
well,
whenever
but
I got sick, I got
yeah,
sick for that time, and I was just like, well, I can't do anything.
yeah, it took you out a lot of stuff, and we barely got our stuff together in time because of the holidays and you getting sick and all that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there were moments where I couldn't stop coughing. I sounded awful, or like I couldn't stop sneezing. It was just like a cycle.
Yep.
Definitely feeling better though.
So, do you want to start? You want to do
Sure,
non-comic books? So
sure.
now here, this is to let everybody know these are stuff we got for Christmas as gifts to us. So
Yeah. So, do you want me to just go through all of it, all of the non-comic? I have 3
uh,
things.
you got 3 things? Yeah, okay. Do your 3 things, and then I'll
Okay.
do mine, I guess.
All right. To build a frame of reference for these, one of my favorite series of all time is the Tea Dragon Society series by Kay O'Neill. There are 3 of these books. Oni Press put them out. Beautiful art, and I just love the story so much. But there has been kind of like I said Oni Press, right? They've kind of built like, I won't say an empire, but kind of an empire. Like I feel like there's just like all of these little tea dragon things now. Like I have these tea dragon like stuffed animals, right?
Yeah.
Which I think are really cute, that I have just like sitting around my bookshelves. I happen to have that one in front of me. But so Reed was like, "Oh, I got to get you more tea dragon stuff," which I love. I'll take it all. I want it all. So within that, these little field journals, which are kind of like field notes,
Ooh,
right?
I like that.
With like a little tea dragon art on it. Kay O'Neill did this art, and there are little three of these in little bind up.
Are they the
And
same size as field notes? It looks like it is.
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they're small,
Mhm.
which I love. And I'm really into like notebooks and pens and stuff. So
Yeah.
this was like perfect. I love that again. This comic book has like all this kind of merch that you can stem from it,
Yeah,
especially when
it's
it's
unusual, really, for a smaller,
right. That's what I mean. Like, because
Yeah.
of course, you're going to see like X-Men stuff and Marvel and DC stuff, but
Mm.
yeah, it's definitely different for like a smaller thing. And I love the book series, so that was really cool. He also got me this Tea Dragon Society washi tape.
So
Which
explain what washi tape is for people.
for you, yeah.
I kind of know. I've bought you some before, but
Yeah, so you can kind of see the art on it here, but it all has Tea Dragon art on it, and washi tape is really just like decorative tape, right? Specifically, washi tape to brighten any journal, planner, or picture collage. So, I put these in. I put this kind
so
of
they're like
stuff.
stickers, but it's on a tape roll, basically. I mean,
It's well, and it's decorative in a different way. Like I have another one near me, and
Mhm.
I use this in my notebook right now for like my shows to like break up different shows, right? So if I'm writing stuff, I'll
Right.
put a
As
line
a line
breaker.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just decorate in your planner, or I have a reading journal I'm doing this year, and then I'm going to use some of that throughout it, which will be
So
really
that's a
nice for
huge
that.
thing in Japan, right?
Yeah.
That's the sense I get. I mean, it's
Yeah. I mean, I believe the name, I'm sure, even came from that.
Mhm.
But what's nice about it is it's decorative and it is tape, but you could like put it down and then peel it off and move it if you had to,
Oh,
So that's why it's nice for decoration. I actually just put this down for like the top of our show. So I'll just peel it off. Doesn't hurt the paper or anything.
oh wow!
And you could
I
stick it
didn't know
back
that.
on.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the stickiness is different than regular tape. I don't know. I'm not going to nerd out about washi tape forever, but I'm really excited
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this because I love it. And finally, Kay O'Neill also did. Do I have it near me? I don't. But a book called Aquacorn Cove, and Reed got me the board game. So they came out with a board game based on it,
Okay.
which looks really fun, and it all has like art from the series. And yeah, I'm excited
That's
about
wild.
that. So yeah, that's all from the Kay O'Neill universe, which I adore. So
Zorp is here. He says,
hey,
"Hello
Zorp.
there. Happy New Year to both of you. Have a great 2023 year full of joy and great comic books."
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
same to
You
you, man.
too. So that was my non-comic.
That's your non-comic?
It's comic related stuff for sure.
Yeah. I've got a few. Let's start with this one. So this is Frodo Baggins' little figure. If you see, I haven't taken it out of the package yet because I want to show it here. Plus, my Tolkien shelf is really grown beyond a shelf, and I think I'm going to have to expand it into 2 shelves.
Mm-hmm.
And
as you do.
Yeah, as you do. So these are the mini epics by I don't know how you say it. Is it Weta? WETA Studios?
I don't know.
You got me a Bilbo one.
A Bilbo. Yeah, they look really nice.
Yeah, it's really great. I got it over here on the shelf. So this is going to be near him probably.
You're going to open it, yeah?
Should I open it? Okay.
I mean, well, okay, I just mean generally. But yeah, you can open it now too if you want.
Okay, I'm going to make a lot of racket.
That was loud.
Actually, that was the drawer.
Yeah. I've got, some people keep that stuff in a box forever, and I think people want to know if you're an unboxer or not of action figures.
I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no. I also opened them.
I suppose if something was ever in a type of box where you could see it really well, I don't think I've ever seen that done.
Well, people would argue pops are like that.
Yeah, I can see it. Let's see. I don't know. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with my hand behind it. Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
It's really cool. I like how the his sting, the blade is blue, so it's glowing because there's orcs near. Right?
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, it's awesome. And he sits really well too. You can't see it here. Maybe here. Not really.
Those flat feet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're completely flat. And I mean, look at the size of those feet.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And it's got a little has a hole, but I don't think there's a base. Maybe there's a larger base you can get that these will go in because it has a little hole in his heel.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's set him aside. I'm just going to throw this and have to pick it up later.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Just don't throw it at a cat back there.
Right. Well, she's not in here and the door's shut, so.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But so your mom got me that. Did you hear my chair? It did the squawk.
Yeah,
then.
So it wasn't that loud, but yeah.
Oh, it gets like 10 decibels louder. It's
Can't
crazy. Wait. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Howell says I got a
Hobonichi. Yeah.
Okay. For Christmas, after I heard you talk about it with Maddie on Favorite Symbol, love it so far.
I love it so much.
What's a Hobonichi? Explain that.
I have actually one of my old Hobonichis near me right now. So Hobonichi is a brand that originates in Japan of planners. So this is like the Weeks one, which is thin. They're well known for the paper inside, which is Tomei River paper.
Did I get you one of those, or was it not Hobonichi?
No, you didn't get me one of those. No.
Okay.
It's really thin. And what's great about this paper is it takes fountain pen ink really well. It absorbs it. In fact, people watercolor it and everything. So it's so thin, but it can absorb ink really well. So that's why people love these. And I love these too. So
nice.
That's exciting.
Says Happy New Year from Outlaw. Marcelo Ramos is here. Hello.
Hey.
Sort of like that. Okay. Yeah, you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
So that was from your mom. Now, I should say, we do lists. I know a lot of families don't do that, but we do lists. Because
I don't know how families
why not?
Don't do that.
Huh?
I don't know how families don't do that,
I mean,
especially like if you like anything that like I don't know what books necessarily you don't have. I mean, of course, some I do. You don't have paperbacks.
Yeah, you have an idea, but you don't know what I've already bought or have coming. Or, I mean,
exactly.
And if you like really specific stuff and you're, well, let's just say persnickety, like we are, why would you not want to have the knowledge, have the list,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, and people say, well, you'll know what you're going to get. Well, no, you just give them a list that's so friggin' large.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that's what we do all the time. We're just like, here's a million things you pick.
Yeah, here's just a lot to choose from. So this is from the same studio and the same series. So this should be in scale. So here's Gandalf. Isn't that awesome? It's a little bit
That is awesome.
cartoony, but yet it's I don't know. It's accurate at the same time. See if I can get him out. Gonna make a lot of noise, isn't it? Well, I'll have to cut these straps, but I'll just show it. You know,
That's cool.
I don't want to make so much because this is going to make an incredible amount of noise. I know if I try to. But yeah, it's in perfect scale. It looks like Frodo's about half or less than half of his height. It's perfect. I love it.
All right, now pull off that blanket.
Oh, okay.
Vanna White.
Got an X-Men blanket here in case anyone was wondering what that is. So I'm not going to open this one here. It's just going to be too big and too. I don't know if you can even see it with the lights, but
I'll bring it closer.
Okay. Well, so this is Godzilla 1991. Might be able to tell more from the.
Yeah, that's better.
From
Good
that
to the
art
back.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check that out. So this thing is big. I think it looks really good. There's a whole lot of Godzillas out there, and some of them look just terrible, you know? I do want to point one thing out real quick if I can get close enough. I'll have to do a scan of this sometime, probably for one of my regular videos, but I don't know if I can get it. Can you see that?
What am I looking at?
This logo right here?
No.
By my, damn, I can't get it in
the Japanese characters?
No, right.
You're pointing
there,
at the, okay.
Right there, that Godzilla.
Okay.
That is the Marvel logo from the corner of the Godzilla Marvel comics from the late 70s. It's the exact same one. And the only reason I know that is because I was sitting there reading one of my Marvel Godzillas the other day. You know when I'm talking about the corner art, the logo art?
Yeah.
And this box was on the table in the library, and it was that side was facing me. I'm like, that is Herb Trimpe artwork. That is I thought that was weird because, Marvel lost that license, a lifetime ago. And I guess Toho Studios liked it so much, they was like, well, we own this, so we're just going to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They probably took it with them, yeah.
Yeah, keep using it forever, yeah. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Probably cost an obscene amount. But yeah, so this says it's based on the 91 Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, and it's PVC.
Yeah,
it's got you can't see it in there, maybe you can, but the base is the ocean, and there's like a battleship that's being upset by all the waves around it. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this so I can get the books in frame.
Okay, well, I actually found the thing I said I couldn't find.
Oh,
so I'm going to do my last thing because you bought this for me. I was telling him it's fountain pen, and I was like, where did it go? I don't know where it's at. It was under a different fountain pen case in a different case here. So I found it. I opened this up as you were talking, and it's in here. So that's cool. But you actually got me this Pikachu fountain pen. Let's see if that'll focus. No? Yeah? No? There we go.
There it goes.
So it's like Pikachu with like some little fruits at the top, and the base is like a demonstrator pen. It's clear. Did you know they're called that, demonstrator pens?
I did not know that.
Because back in the day, this is my nerdy fountain pen knowledge. Back in the day, all fountain pens in a store were clear, so you could see how they work. Therefore, it was a demonstrator pen to demonstrate how these things work. So now any clear ones, that's what they call them. But yeah, this is really cool. Pilot put this out, some Pilot Japanese brand. And Reed told me later that you had messaged him. It was like, yeah, does she have this? And I didn't have this. And so this is really, really cool. Also, what I love, which I don't think you'll ever see, but probably not, huh? The actual nib has a little smiley face on it with like a tongue sticking out.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Which
that.
is which is really cute. And usually
Well,
there's not.
see, I don't really know anything about this stuff, but you turned me on to Jet Pens, the website, and so I buy my ballpoints and stuff from there, and I buy refills there for ballpoints, not fountain pens. Well, I like aluminum pens, so I buy a Pilot aluminum body, and then for work, and then I just buy my ballpoint refills from them because I have to use a red pen because I'm a quality control, so it comes with black, and then I buy red refills. So if anyone ever steals my pen, they're going to be really disappointed when it writes red, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you use pens more at home, I wouldn't recommend a fountain pen for your job. Yeah, probably not. Right. But yeah, this is really cool. So that was a nice find. Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome. Let's see. You want to read this one? I'm going to make you read this one.
No, I'm just going to skip to the English because I didn't take Spanish in school. I just took French.
Okay.
Wishing all a great 2023, full of great reads and collecting health above all things. Thanks for that. It's very nice.
Rodimus Prime Rib said that. Karzik says, toss that Godzilla box. I will, but not yet. It's got a little weight. Max Appleman's here.
Hey, Max.
I actually have a couple more non-comic books. I got these cool bookmarks that you got me.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Reed. So this one is, I think it's Frodo, and Smaug is in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that'd probably make it Bilbo, then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's Bilbo. Yeah. I don't think I'll actually use it as a bookmark. It's kind of too fragile.
Yeah.
And I think I'll display it instead, On my expanded,
when I saw it, yeah.
My expanded Tolkien shelf, it's going to be 2 shelves instead because I've got too much stuff now to fit it on the one. And then you got me these wooden ones too, which I probably could use these because they're not fragile, but they're a little thick and they're kind of beautiful. So I think they would be good displayed also.
Yeah.
I may figure out a way to put these, on the wall behind the shelf and have some of my figures in front of them, maybe.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And it's got a lot of awesome text on here and carvings in it. I mean, look at this. Look at that one with the tree. Very nice. It's got these cool tassels on it. I don't know where you got these, but they're beautiful.
Yeah, so I found those on Amazon, actually. Okay. When I was just like, oh, there has to be like cool Lord of the Ring bookmarks. Specifically, I wanted wood ones because I would think wood ones are cool.
Yeah, it is very, very cool.
Yeah, so I found those. And then the other one I found at an independent bookstore when I was out of town. And I picked it up and I was trying to understand what it was even made out of. Like, it looks like a faux leather kind of material, probably.
Yeah, it's a type of parchment, I think. It's paper.
Is it? Okay.
But it's a pretty heavy bond, and it's really textured.
And it came in a slip, so I couldn't figure out what it was made of. But I was
like,
I
removed
really
the
cool,
sleeve.
So.
Yeah, I like it. Very unusual. And then, speaking of field notes, we were talking about field notes earlier. Let me get a little closer. Your mom found these for me because I use these sometimes at work, not for work, but I'm writing down ideas for video sometimes. It's just whatever, and because I can carry them with me easy. And she found these at the post office. So it's field notes with peanut stuff on them, a whole pack of them.
I was jealous of those.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll be opening these soon, but okay. So what you got now?
Comics.
Okay.
We doing that?
We can't. I've got a few prose things that I'm gonna show.
Maybe talk about that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Cousin Elbow got me this Encyclopedia of Tolkien. It's really nice leather. Feels like real leather. I don't know if it is, but gilded page edges. Got a bookmark.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's illustrated, and it's like got this 3D effect, and the cover's kind of etched.
Probably bit embossed, yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. It's pretty cool. And then your mom got me a stack here. This is Lord of the Rings sketchbook by Alan Lee. So he's illustrated a whole bunch of the Tolkien books, some of the really nice hardcover deluxes he's done. And I think he worked on the films, some of the design for Lord of the Rings, you know.
Cool.
I got a couple more, but let me see what's going on with the Tiago's here. Good morning, guys. Nick Tucker made it. Hey, library friends.
Hey, Nick.
So basically, she got me all the Alan Lee sketchbooks. So here's the one for The Hobbit. These are nice hardcovers. And then this isn't that, but I seen this on Amazon. I had it on my list. It's Fairies of the Fault Lines. And it's kind of an art book. I mean, there's text too. But it's got some really cool art in it. Look at this. Like, for example, what's going on there? I don't know, like an antelope thing? I don't know what
Interesting.
that is. Yeah.
It looks cool.
Really great art. Look at that. So I got two more non-comic books. These are close though. These are almost comic books.
Mm-hmm.
These are by Dark Horse. This is The Art of Rick and Morty. It's Dark Horse. That's volume 1. I'm gonna break my desk. This wing's sticking out. I'm stacking these on.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I better pull these back a bit. But this is volume 2. And Dark Horse has a series of these art books that they've done for different things. Like I have the one they did for the Doom video game, Art of Doom. And they've got a whole series of these.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them, but.
Oh yeah, they've done a ton.
Yeah. Okay, so all I have left now is comic books. But you go ahead.
Okay. You want to go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So I'm going to start with what you got me. I had this on my list, of course. I had not purchased the last World of Black Hammer that has come out.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. Obviously, it's still in the shrink. I need to open it, but yeah, of course, we both love this. I got you into Black Hammer. No big deal. Yeah. No big deal, but I did. So I was excited for that. I just hadn't picked it up yet.
Yeah, you're gonna love it, especially that first story. I think.
I'm sure.
It's just killer.
It looks super cool.
It's really good. Okay, I'll go next. Now this one is the only one of everything here that I've already read. I just finished this yesterday,
tell us.
I even already shot a review video. I haven't finished editing it yet. Yeah, and this is Cosmic Detective. And of course, this is Jeff Lemire and Matt Kent.
Kent, yeah.
Yeah, I had to look that up to figure out how to say that.
Could have just asked me.
Yeah, and it's got the gold gilded page edges.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a purple bookmark. And, you know, I mentioned this in the video, but I'm going to say it again here, and we've talked about it before. Why in the world in 2023 and even 2020, really, why are we using dust covers? This has no dust cover. Doesn't need a dust cover.
With you. Not necessary.
This is not a flat finish, but it's like barely semi-gloss. It's a low gloss finish, right?
It's a bit matted, if I remember mine correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not tacky like most of the Marvel Omnis, not all of them, but most of them, especially the classic ones. You take the dust jacket off, the what's left, the board is like flat and
it's like cloth.
Tacky.
It's cloth.
Is that what it is?
I believe so. Yeah.
But it's really all the dog hair, animal hair and dander and dust just sticks to it horribly, and it's hard to get it off. It's not the case here. So that's why
the case with I think every hardcover now, right? I mean, you just don't see that. Almost all of them, yeah.
So why do they keep? Is it cheaper to make a dust cover than to do this? It wouldn't seem like it would be to me because
I don't know.
You're adding paper, right? Glossy paper.
It's annoying.
Yeah, because everything's right here. You don't need this flappy piece of paper. But anyway, you've read this or no?
I started it last year when I got it. I need to actually go back to it and finish it. So
Okay.
I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah. Well, I read it straight through, and yeah, I loved it. Wasn't sure at first. First quarter, I was like, well, I wasn't sure about it,
Mm-hmm.
but then it got me. But I'll save the comments for the video, for the
So
other
like,
video.
so who got you that book? I don't know.
Well, that was you.
Okay, yeah.
I thought I said that.
know.
I didn't say it at the
No,
beginning.
you didn't say that. No, I
Okay.
want all my credit.
Yeah. Although I don't know, would this count as a Kristan pick? Because I wanted it before you gave it to me.
I knew about it way before you, so.
Yeah, but did I hear about it independent of you,
No,
or
of course not. No, I
probably
showed off
not?
my
Probably
copy,
not. Yeah.
and you were like, "Where can I get that?" I was like, "You can't. Like, you can't right now. It's Kickstarter."
You're right. It still counts. It's still a Kristan pick.
It does.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. It's pretty great. I will say, yeah, everything I say is almost going to give it away. Okay, I'm going to say this little tidbit. If you had read Jack Kirby's Eternals and/or his Fourth World Books stuff from DC, you would get so much more out of this. I mean, you don't have to have that to read this, but if you had read that and then read this, you're like, oh wow, you know what I mean? You're going to have all these connections in your head. It is a love letter to Jack Kirby. Is what this is, and I did not expect that being a detective thing.
See, I haven't, though. I have not finished it. I read enough where I was like, oh, you're gonna like this. Like,
yeah,
and that's why I wanted to get it for you.
It's really good.
Well, good deal. You also got me Run Book 1, which this is from the John Lewis series, of course.
Now, that one was not on your list.
No, but of course I knew about it.
I just kind of found it though. I kind of,
Yeah. I knew about this. I hadn't purchased it yet. I have the March box set. I've read those. They're great. But I haven't read this yet, so this is exciting. They came out in hardcover, which March, if it did, I don't have them. Like, I don't know. But beautiful art by Nate Powell, of course. Love Nate Powell's art. And yeah, I think it's gonna be great, just like the other ones. I'm really looking forward to this one. And yeah, it was an unexpected pick from you for sure. I was not expecting to get this. So
yeah,
that was cool.
Marcelo Ramos says sold. I want it now. I think he might be talking about Cosmic Detective, but Outlaw says that was a Kickstarter, right? Yes, it was.
It was,
and it still is, because I kind of did a little bit of research for the review I did, and I think it's still only that right now.
Yep. I have my ways of how I got another copy.
Oh, okay.
I have a connection.
Isn't it still available on the Kickstarter or no?
Well, you can't go back to a Kickstarter to get it. I don't know if they may have put them up for sale. It's not how I got it.
Okay. All right.
So someone may want to look into that, but yeah, you can't reopen a Kickstarter. Once it's done, it's done.
I don't know all the ins and outs of that. But Thiago, I think he's chiming in for you that was a Kristan pick.
I'm saying, come on.
Thiago says Larry should do a video about the books he didn't love at this point. Yeah. I'm considering it. So you want to do one? We'll go back and forth.
Didn't I just do
one? Oh, you just did. Yeah. That was your turn. I keep thinking about Cosmic Detective. It was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then another gift from you, Ascender, the deluxe hardcover. Now, I don't have the Descenders. And this has been really a point of contention, because I understand there's 2 volumes. They both got a reprint.
Yeah.
IST didn't have them on day 1, release day. Apparently, they got them 2 days later.
Right.
And apparently, they got 10 copies. And they sold out in 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
But you can get it elsewhere.
Yeah. CGN, Graphic Novels, I think is probably going to be, what they do, which is mildly irritating, where they will sell stuff they don't have.
Right.
But at least they're upfront about it, and they say, well, this is special order only.
Right. So is that what those are up as?
I'm pretty sure. The last time I checked, they were. But now I think IST is going to do some quiet refills on these.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I usually hear about it on Reddit after they're sold out. Usually like 20 minutes after.
Well, if I notice it, I'll let you know immediately. Yeah, I also heard about. I didn't hear about it on Reddit, but probably like a little bit after they sold out. I was like, oh, neat. They were there for a second. I would have told you. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say the reason I got you Ascender is because you kept like you had it on your pre-order list. You were like, should I get this? I was like,
Yeah.
no. Like you had it on there, and before there was actually a reprint for Descender, and I was going through your upcoming purchases. I was like, why are you getting Ascender? It's like you can't just read Ascender. And you were like, I
Yeah.
can't. I was like, no, you need the whole series. What are you
Yeah, I
doing?
was confused about
Right. So you took that off. And then I knew they were going to get a reprint. I didn't know when. So around Christmas time when it came out, I was hearing it's happening soon for the Descender reprints. And I was like, okay, well, it's not going to happen in time for me to get those for you. So I'm going to get you a Cinder now, and then you can hunt the rest out. So that's what I did. And then around that time, you were texting me like, should I go ahead and get a Cinder? Because I hear there's a and I'm like, no, because I'd already bought it. I was like, no, you shouldn't. I said, don't do that. And then I texted mom and I was like, he's trying to buy a book I bought him. I don't know what to do about this. So I'm glad you didn't buy it twice.
You know,
Or get it.
I almost forgot one of the coolest gifts I got this year. It's non-comic book. Was from your husband Reed, and I'm wearing it right now. Let's see.
Yeah.
Wet Leg T-shirt, my favorite new band. I mean, I just love Wet Leg so much. One of the dumbest names of all time for a band,
Yeah.
but you know, we've talked about this a lot. That there aren't very many cool band names. There's lots of cool bands and lots of terrible names, and this is just yet another terrible name for a great band.
Mm-hmm.
But Reed found this somewhere, and like you said, a lot of the Wet Leg shirts are terrible, but this one is the actual logo that's on the drum, and it's awesome.
Yeah, he said he went to their official merch, and it was all just so not something
Just
you would
bad.
like, and also bad. So
Yeah.
he found that on Etsy. He said he was like, I found this on Etsy for your dad. I'm getting it. I was like, okay, cool.
It's soft too, and it's nice. It feels nice.
That's good. Good.
Yep. It's the first time I wear it. I was actually saving it for this show. You know.
Nice. But we were all waiting.
Yeah, I love it. Outlaw says both Descenders are on original or organic price book. Yeah. I mean, they're not my favorite vendor, but I have used them when I've had to. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's nice to have options though. So Nick Tucker says, off topic, but just wanted to thank you, Larry. Your channel was one that inspired me to make an Instagram page to post and talk about my comics. Love your both yours and Comic Slayer's content. Awesome. Thanks,
That's
Nick.
awesome. What's your Instagram? I'll follow you too.
I think I might be following it. I don't go on there very much, so sometimes I forget, you know.
Yeah, and I lose track of like followers in the
Yeah,
notifications sometimes.
I'm Instagram dumb, you know. So, but
wouldn't say I'm
trying.
dumb, but I just lose track sometimes. Also, I'm like juggling some accounts that, I go back to my Twitter with my cat, and there's a lot of notifications there.
Right.
That's hard.
Marcel Ramos says, Andy from Parks and Rec has a ton of silly band names. Yeah.
It's true.
It can't be hard to come up with, because I mean, look at the reality of it. I mean, one of my favorite bands of all time, and yours too, Green Day. That is a terrible band name.
Bad name, yeah.
Just bad, you know. So it's much easier to think of the handful of good band names that exist because there's so few, you know.
That's true.
Like probably Led Zeppelin, probably the best.
Maybe. Did you watch through Parks and Rec?
I have not. I've seen some sporadically. I need to do need to watch them all, and Office or The Office too.
Yeah, go to The Office. Yeah.
I haven't done all those yet.
Yeah, that's a problem. But yeah, Andy Mouse Rat is his band, but it went through like a billion different terrible, and that's a bad name too. But
but anyone who hasn't listened to Wet Leg, you've got to just go to their YouTube page and watch all their stuff. And then the wonderful YouTube algorithm will throw all of these live videos, these awesome live videos that are better than the studio cuts. They're better live than they are, studios. They're awesome. I'm such a Wet Leg fanboy for sure.
You really are.
Yeah. Nick says, I have a personal one, but my comic one is web_of_omnibus. Just did my first real review on Van Omnibus by Cates and Stegman. What a book, and thanks. Okay, awesome. We will check it
Okay.
out.
I just followed him. Done.
Okay. I'll have to make sure I have followed. I don't. I think I followed his personal one for sure, but maybe not the other. Bill's here. Merry Christmas. Hey, Bill.
All right. Another comic collection you got me, this is on my list, is Being Awesome is Exhausting, a collection of cat cartoons, which I knew nothing about other than the cover, of course.
Well,
But
that was definitely one that your mom found. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's full of just classic kind of, cat cartoons, just one pagers, which like this one. Oh no, we're one of those families. The cat's looking out the window and seeing the stickers on the back. These are fun, and I really like the art in this. So I'm looking forward to this one, of course. Going in my cat comics collection, as I have.
Yeah. So Karthik followed that Instagram for Nick. Cool.
Yeah, which, by the way, if anyone hasn't checked out my Instagram at the Comic Slayer, I've been pretty good about posting everything I've been reading so far. So I'm going to try to keep that up. I'll just post a current read, and then you'll know what I'm reading. And later on, I'll talk about it in a video.
Okay. Farhan's here. He's got a question for you. Or a comment.
Kristan, the other guy, who always reminds me of reading comics and death. Oof. Yeah. Peace and love from Malaysia. Thank you for being here, Farhan. Love seeing you. And it's so true. He brings this up like every day of his life, I swear.
I need to do a sequel to that Love and Comic Books and Death video later this year, probably, and recalculate that equation I did, the comics to death equation, and see if I'm doing good or bad,
Scary.
Yeah, it's a dark subject, but if I'm doing good, it'll be a good thing.
Right, totally.
I don't really remember how to do the math. I think I'm going to have to review the video to remind myself how I did that. It's a little complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. So another one that you got me that I never, ever even heard of is Too Dead, with some awesome Nate Powell artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a trade paperback, but of course it's got this great Nate Powell art,
with a nice it's like a sepia kind of paper. Yeah.
Yes, it's unusual. It smells good too. Oh,
good.
It really does smell good.
I didn't do a smell test of it. I should have.
You should have. and it's a really big, oversized trade. I'm looking forward to reading it for sure.
So that's when I read. You know what? I'll check my Goodreads because I can't remember. It's been years, but when I read it, I checked out from the library. I really liked it, and I was like, "Oh, you know who would really like this? My dad." And it's been in my head since then, and I finally remembered for the Christmas time to get it for you. Let's see, what year did I read this? 2019.
The letters are embossed on here. I was going to say that this seems little known because I never see anybody talk about it, but it says right on the front of it, National Book Award winner of March. So of the year it came out, it won some kind of award.
No. That's March by John Lewis.
National Book Award winner of March.
Yes.
The book March, not the month of March.
No, that book didn't win, but Nate Powell is known for his art in March, yes.
Wow, that's really confusing. I can't be the only person that's read that or thought
that. It says of March, not like in March.
Okay. Wow. I'm dumb.
That's funny. It was also funny. I read this on Christmas in 2019, apparently. This is why Goodreads is nice. It'll tell you exactly when you read something.
Well, but if you use a database like I do, and you enter the stuff when you rate it, you're going to kind of know when you read it too. Plus, I have a note field. I can put anything I want in there.
Okay.
And it's mine forever. It's not at the whim of Amazon servers.
Guess what? It's been many years I've been using Goodreads, and it still exists. Yeah. Just saying.
But you're trusting a company like Amazon.
Well, you can also export your data.
Can you? Okay. Have you done that?
I maybe like a few years ago. Yeah. But
yeah.
I can do it again. I'm just saying you could export all that to like Excel or whatever. You know,
So
then you
try
have all
to
your dates.
control your data if you can.
Yeah, okay. All right, nerd. Okay.
But anyway, so I'm going to stand by that this is a little known work. It definitely wasn't in comic base, my database. I added it. So the editors will put it in there now, but it
Who's
was
the
not in
publisher?
there.
I can't even remember the publisher
It's
on
Simon
that.
and Schuster, but it's their
Like a different
imprint. What's the imprint called? G13.
Okay.
It's the name of the imprint.
Yeah, I don't hear anyone ever talk about that. I just happened upon it years ago in the library, and I was just like, oh, I think you'll like this. Yeah.
Nick says, do either of you have an anticipated title releasing in 2023? You know what Bite is. Bite's easy. I keep talking about it.
Do you?
Dark Room Book 2.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like 3 that immediately come to mind. My top one is Junior High by Tilly Walden, which is based on Tegan and Sarah's life. And they worked together with Tilly to put it out. I mean, it's my dream team. I love Tilly Walden in the comic world. I love Tegan and Sarah in the not comic world. My favorite graphic novel of all time, Essex County, I only ever knew about because of Sarah Quinn from Tegan and Sarah.
Yeah.
So
I love that with totally unrelated spheres of something that you love fit together and in ways you never imagined. I love them. I love when that happens. Doesn't happen often though.
Yeah, it's the best. And it's to the point where like I've met Tegan and Sarah a few times and I've showed them, specifically Sarah, I guess, my Essex County tattoo, and they always talk about how much they love Jeff Lemire, and it's the best. I'm just like, oh, this is the best thing that's happening to me. So
I'm looking in my buy list to see what else.
Yeah, that's my absolute top. I'm so excited for that. But also Clementine Book 2 by Tilly Walden is coming out this year. So excited for that. And finally, the one that pops up in my head is the Squirrel Girl Omnibus that I'm stoked for. So,
and you know the Omni Bros are going to roast that so much.
Why are you going to bring them up? Why you even mention it?
So you'll be ready. You'll be ready for them.
Ready. I don't care what they say. I don't care.
You could do a big response video about Squirrel Girl.
I mean, listen, here's the thing.
People like response videos.
I don't care what those dudes say about this book that was incredibly popular and successful.
I know. I don't agree with everything they say either.
Just saying.
Right. So I've looked through my buy list here. Looks like in April, maybe, Adam Warlock Omnibus. That's going to be good. A lot of that's going to be a double dip for me, because I have the Starlin.
That makes sense.
But I know there's going to be stuff in there I don't have, a lot. So I'm getting that. Another thing that gets poo-pooed by a lot of channels, including the Omni Pros, is Planet of the Apes, Adventures Planet of the Apes Omnibus. They're like, who's buying that? Who's asking for this? I'm buying it.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that. That's the 70s when Marvel had all these different movie licenses, they had the rights to Planet of the Apes then. And this is the Marvel Planet of the Apes comic from the late 70s. It's getting an omnibus. Yeah. What I don't understand is how there's enough to fill an omnibus, because this thing, I don't think it made it 10 issues. Must be a lot of extras, I don't know, but I'm getting it, whatever it is. What else? Let me take a look here. The Moon Knight Mark Spector omnibus is coming. I've never read that era of Moon Knight. I don't know if I'll like it, but I'm probably going to get it, They're doing a Avengers Kree Skrull War Gallery Edition. I love those galleries. Of course, that's another double dip because I already have that whole saga in the Avengers Omnis, right? But this is in the huge gallery edition, so I have to get it, don't I? Dr. Aphra's getting a reprint, that omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably going to get that.
Yeah,
probably. I'm giving into the hype on that one.
I have it behind me.
Yeah. So Nick says he can't wait for the Play of the Apes Omni. There's at least 2 of us. Okay. Marcelo, he's already looked it up. He says the Planet of the Apes Omni is only about 300 pages. Okay, that tracks. Let's see. 22 times 10 is 220. So yeah, and there's probably some other content I don't know about and some extras. So they're getting it. So it's going to be like a minibus, be about the size of what the Devil Dinosaur, around that neighborhood.
Or the Deadpool minibus.
Yeah, minibus. Yeah,
I wish they would actually put minibus on the spine of all of these.
yeah, it'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
They do that on the Deadpool.
Outlaw says he's hyped for the Immortal Hulk omnibus. I keep hearing about that, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing a Mary M kind of attack here, but I'm like, I love the Hulk. He's one of my favorite characters. There's tons of celebrated runs. I'm getting them in Omni. I mean, I got a whole big old shelf of, the
Peter
what's his
David.
name? The Peter David. Yeah, there's gonna be like 6 of those. I've got the first 4 or 5. Gonna buy all those, and then I've got the first one, the classic one, which I've yet to read it.
That I gave you, yeah.
That you gave me, right? And I'm putting those in order, so I'm gonna read it first. But so I'm just like, do I really need to get the Immortal one also?
I've read some of it. I like what I've read, but
yeah, everyone loves it. What else? The X-23 omnibus is coming in May, and that's the original, X-23 minis collected together.
I think I want that one.
Yeah, I know you do. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I have the singles, or I did. I probably still have them. Avengers Omnibus Volume 2 is getting a reprint. That's the only one I'm missing, I think, of the classic ones. I have like 1, 3, 4, or something like that. So I need that. See, you got me started now. I'm going through my buy list here. Someone got me started. Someone asked. The Time 2 Omnibus by Howard Chaykin, it keeps getting pushed back. It's supposed to be, now it's saying, I think, the 18th of this month. So I don't know if it's going to get pushed again, but yeah, there's others. I won't go through the whole thing. I won't bore you guys with all of it, but there's a lot of stuff coming. Too much. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I already have things on here now that I haven't bought that I was supposed to buy. You know what I mean?
No, you're not. Here's the thing. You don't need to. That's the thing. You don't need to buy it all when it comes out. We're gonna have this argument every time because you don't have to do it. I promise.
Nick says Daredevil by Miller is probably most anticipated. Yeah, see, I had that. I managed to get one before it all went away, but I'm glad it's getting reprinted for everybody that didn't get it.
Yeah.
Outlaw says, yeah, the X-23 sounds awesome. Black Cat by Jed McKay and the new Loki Omni seems fun. Hickman Avenger reprints are coming.
I'm happy for you, but no.
Yeah, I'm happy for the people that want that stuff.
Specifically, just take Avengers. I have trauma around reading that.
Well, here's the ones that have slipped by that I haven't bought yet. Now, you tell me, I'm scared they're going to go out of print. So here they are.
Mm-hmm.
The Absolute Swamp Thing by Ween and Wrightson.
Just came out.
It just came out. I did not buy that yet. It's still in print.
Yep, because it just came out.
Yes. Let's see. The Avengers by Busick and Perez. Omni reprint.
Mm-hmm.
Just came out. I didn't buy it yet. I'm worried about it.
You're gonna be worried about everything.
Yeah, exactly. Conan the Barbarian Volume 10, the final one. It just came out. I haven't ordered it yet. I have all of them. I have to have that. But the last 2 or 3 have not went out of print, so I'm hoping this one won't either. What do you think?
What was that again?
The final Marvel Conan, the original year's omnibus, Volume 10. It just got released.
I don't know. I think if you're going to prioritize anything, you should obviously prioritize that one because
I have such an investment.
Well, it will get reprinted in Titan. They've already said that.
Right. But I'd rather just go ahead and get the Marvel if I can.
Right. So if you're prioritizing anyone, you should get that one first, I think, for sure.
And then probably the Absolute Swamp Thing, because DC is not reliable, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcelo's with me. There we go.
Yeah. I wouldn't wait for Conan. Yeah, yeah, it's probably going to be the one I have to do next. Um, it's just I'm terrible with money, guys. I am. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no secret. Um, absolutely terrible, and yeah,
See, the fact that you're admitting that publicly
yeah.
means people, you don't need to just keep buying and making all these haul videos. I'm just saying, just
I'm not
live your
buying to make
life.
the haul video. I'm not.
But you do it.
Well, that's a side benefit, you know.
Okay. But the side not benefit is you don't have money.
Well, I think I just have to make better choices on what needs to be bought first. I'm, you know, you almost have to have a crystal ball for this, you know.
No, I think you just need to have a budget and stick to it. And if your budget needs to, like, if your books from that month need to go to the next month, and then you prioritize those. I mean,
Yeah, Nick's got some stuff pre-ordered here. Says he has volume 9, 10 ordered. Well, not pre-ordered, ordered. And he needs Absolute Swamp Thing Volume 3 and Absolute Swamp Thing by Lynn Wein. Yeah. I have the 3 Alan Moores, but I haven't ordered the Lynn Wein Wrightson yet.
see, and you're so worried about the Absolute Swamp Things, but I got read this second and the third, like, over a year after they came out, I feel like a long time after they came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while.
And your copy of number 1 is probably the better copy than what I have, because I have the first generation. With
well, and not even I didn't have a problem. I got them for a steeper discount because it'd been a while.
Yeah.
Just like all those Omnis I got for like $30 that you paid full price for. Just saying.
Mary's here.
Hey, Mary.
She says, hello, sorry I'm late. I will catch up later, though.
We were talking about how great you are at the beginning. So
yeah, we were singing your praises. Marcella says, DC isn't reliable, but they do keep those big sellers in print for a while. The Alan Moore ones have already had a few reprint rounds. Yeah, we were just talking about that because, you know, I got the volume 1, the first printing, and it had a lot of problems with the binding. I mean, not just mine. This is very well known. And it was fixed on the second round. So like my volume 2 and 3, I'm reading volume 3 now. Not a problem. Binding's tight, well, not too tight, but it's staying together, you know.
See, here's the thing. That's another thing that should make you not be scared these are going out of print. If it goes out of print, guess what? It's all coming back. We've learned that. We have learned that the past few years. It's all coming back. It may take a while, but guess what? You have a million things to read. Okay.
It's not a question of reading. It's a question of I'm afraid I won't be able to get it later.
No, but here's the deal.
It's
all been reprinted. Again, we've established this. That is history. That's historical now. It's a historical fact. Yes. All the things you never thought would be reprinted have been reprinted. The things that haven't are coming. I'm telling you, are coming within the next few years. We've learned this. And guess what? Unless there's a license lapse, of course, that's a different story. We don't talk about that. But like you were saying, the second, third, there's been print errors to the Silver Surfer first printing. If we had waited to get that the second round, that print error was fixed. Okay.
Yeah, I have the first one.
So. Yeah, I did too. The binding in these things are fixed with the second and third printings. Like, you know.
Yeah, the only fly in that the only problem with your theory there is that the paper quality has went down though. If you go back to like the original FF compared to the current FF.
Don't care at all. You can still read it. In fact, the original ones were like this big.
Very heavy.
So
too heavy.
Very heavy. Especially that first Spider-Man is like enormous. So yeah, the paper's gotten thinner, but that's great for your shelf space. And you can still read it. And truly, do you notice a difference? No, you don't.
That's the point. Hayden says, I'm so behind on Omni buying. I forgot there was a new Young Avengers Omni and some new Spideys too.
I'm with you, Hayden.
There's just so many.
I'm with you.
It's rough.
Well, and it's to the point, Dad, I don't even look at new releases. I happen to know those off the top of my head because I've been looking forward to those for like years.
Well, see, I'm in the habit of watching the bros go through the previews and
forget that. I stopped
Monday
watching
night,
that.
You know.
No, I was like, we're not doing this. Here's why. Don't have the money for it. So if it's just off your radar entirely, you could just blissfully live in peace. I'm just saying.
That's so scary. That concept, what you just said, to off the radar, man. I need my radar on.
I'm good.
Nick said, "Did the binding for Volume 1 hold after you glued it again?" It did. I did it 3 times. There's still a couple little spots that want to poke up, but they're really not hurting anything. It's just that little piece of fabric on the back. You know, I mean, the sections are still sewn, so they're tight. But
So
there's
it's
a
actually
couple
the
little,
paper block and is that what's coming off the paper block?
yeah, just there's like a little bloop, and
Mhm.
I've pushed it down and glued it 3 times, and then there's another one that I still haven't got, and I'm kind of over it, and I think I'm just gonna let it go because I'm confident it's gonna hold together. You know, uh, so I would say 90% there, Nick, for me on that one. Brandon says I'm late, but I'm here.
Hey, Brandon.
Cool. But I want it now. Karthik says they will definitely reprint Absolute Swamp Thing by Lynn Wayne and Bernie Wrightson. I will wait a minimum of 6 months before I buy it.
Good for you.
Wow, that's a bold plan.
See, I love that. I love that. Well, not everybody can throw around money, you know?
Well, I can't anymore. I've reached that point where there's no more to throw
I
around.
knew you were going to. I was like, this is not a good news.
Yeah, I may have to consider working overtime as much as I hate my day job. I mean, yeah.
Or
Nick
you could
says I cut down my need list for 2023. It's a want list now. I'm at least caught up on almost all the books I wanted.
Nick, that's a great plan. That's great.
Cool.
You were like, work overtime, or you could just get less books. I'm just saying, you just could get less.
Another Christmas Kristan gift is the nice house on the lake. It's so glossy, this cover, that my lights are playing havoc here, but the nice house on the lake. I have not read this yet, but I'm going to.
I hope you do it soon. I just want to talk to you.
I think I probably will. I'll do this soon.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a quick read. Most modern stuff's pretty quick, right?
Yeah. Do you like the art in there?
I do. I've flipped
really
through
like
it a little bit.
And of course, it's James Tinian, who's a wonderful writer.
Yeah, here's some of that art.
I don't know who does the art, but I like it a lot.
It is Alvaro Martinez Bueno. Maybe I got the pronunciation right.
Well, I like them.
Yep. Not familiar, but it looks good. Yeah. Outlaw says, if you work overtime, that messes with your life versus comic equation. Like, it totally does. See, it throws the whole thing out of balance. Now I'm back to that crazy video.
And you're piling more and more onto yourself when you buy these books. That crushes that too.
It's it's very
you're adding a lot of anxiety to the situation. I'm just saying.
It shouldn't be there. It really shouldn't be.
Right, yeah. Unnecessary. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got more?
Yeah, but I think you'll love Nice House on the Lake. I loved it. It was in my top books last year.
Yeah, it looks very creepy X-Files to me.
Yeah.
I like both of those things. So.
Yeah. This was on my list, of course, and that's these are the Disney Masters editions, volume 13 and 14, and I also got 15 and 16. So these are really nice. I haven't opened them yet, but they're 2 books and 1 slipcase hardcover. Super nice books. Fantagraphics puts these out. They're all like the European stuff, which is fun.
I was gonna say I picked those out for you, but of course they were on your list. But I chose them from your big mega list.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I was able to get. Go ahead.
I was gonna say these are something that they do go out of print, so I was happy to get these because I'm like these do worry me sometimes because I've already started. You know,
I got the earlier ones first on one order, and then more I thought about it, I really need to go ahead and get the. I better get the next block too.
Yeah, thank you.
So then I place another order, but
yeah, it's a good idea.
And I was able to get those from IST. Did not have to order those from Fantagraphics, which is a good thing because Fantagraphics, I like their books, but man, their store and shipping kind of suck.
Well, but here's the thing: they did put up they did a big Black Friday sale, which you purchased books for my husband Reed, and I did as well. And they even said they're like, you got to give us more time for shipping because they just had an influx of orders, and I think they're not used to that. I think that was the situation, right? It's a smaller warehouse
maybe they were overwhelmed.
We're used to. Yeah.
Karthik says it's time for an intervention.
Every day of his life, yes.
I do need help, for many things.
I keep trying to tell you.
Now, one thing that would help is to subscribe to my channel. And if you really want to help and you're able to, I do have a Patreon. So, but you know what? That's
can't.
feeding the beast, though. So I have
Yeah,
to get it under control. You can't just throw money
don't
at
go
it.
to his Patreon. That's ridiculous. Don't do it.
Well, you have to control your problem, though, too. You know,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. Like, you got to learn this on your own. But, you know, if people want to subscribe to me, that'll help you.
It will. Right.
You know?
Well, we've done some joint stuff now that's benefited both channels, I think. I think it's worked good.
For sure.
Nick says, nice house on the lake looks good. I wanted to get Gideon Falls 1 and 2 first, though.
It's a good idea. Yeah, get those and then go Nice House on the Lake. It is great.
Nice House on the Lake, the second trade is solicited for not too long from now. And so maybe we'll get a hardcover one day, but I don't know.
Right, because that's like the end of it, which is nice.
Yeah. Karthik says, don't we all need help?
It's the truth, isn't it? Yep.
I really identify with the Lucy, psychiatric help 5 cents. I should have had a graphic ready for that, but I didn't think of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. If only you could get psychiatric help for 5 cents. But we could get it free by having these shows and we can all talk about it,
Or living in another country,
where it's more difficult to have these first world problems.
Where it's easier to get healthcare,
Oh, yeah. I didn't get
that's what I mean. Yeah.
But that's totally true.
Yeah.
Almost every other civilized nation has free healthcare, but it makes no sense.
We envy all of you for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are problems with every system, but that's the biggest one we have, of course.
Another Kristan gift, Kristan gift.
Yeah.
Bunny Mask trade paperback.
Volume 1.
Yep, volume 1. So how many are there?
There's just the one right now.
Just the one. Okay, so it's coming. Yeah. It says volume 1 right on it. But yeah, I've seen you talk about this on a lot of shows, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that one. I gotta say, I don't know if you've looked up the Aftershock stuff, but there's a whole Aftershock situation. So I'm like, will it be coming? I'm wondering if someone's gonna pick it up. It was a very popular Aftershock.
You mean they may be going down?
Yeah, there's a situation right now. Yeah, so I don't know, but I want you to read that still because it's great.
I will soon. Hayden says, honestly, limiting my Omni and OHC buying to a small selection of characters from the big two really saved my wallet.
I love that.
Now, see, I can say this, and a lot of times you have tried to get me into some new Marvel property or something, and I've been reluctant. And part of the reason is this: I have to draw a line somewhere.
Well, but your line shouldn't.
There's so much stuff I want.
No, but your line shouldn't be what I want you to read.
Oh,
that should be your line. Yeah. That should be your line. No.
I'm on the wrong side of the line.
Right. You got to draw that somewhere else because I want you to read things.
Nick says the shipping to Canada evens out with the free healthcare.
There you go.
That's probably totally true.
You know what? Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather wait like a month for my books to come and have free healthcare. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. I would sign up for that immediately.
That would help everyone's life here more, I think.
Yep. Okay, you want to go again?
All right. Yeah. Reed got me some other stuff from Oni Press, and one of them is Dewdrop. This is also by Kay O'Neill. Yeah, I've read this. I read this from the library. It was just one missing from my collection, so I had to get it. Classic Kay O'Neill art. I just think it's beautifully done. I don't know. I love their art so much. So yeah, I've read this. I really like it. And I'm glad to own it now. Dewdrop.
Okay, I've got one left. How many you got left?
More than that.
Okay. Well, you go ahead some more then.
Okay. Another one from Oni Press. This is Dirtbag Rapture.
What is that?
So I saw this cover and I put it on a list for read because I was like, this looks bonkers and I'm excited. So on the back, it says, she's stoned, she's selfish, she's all that stands between us and the end of the world. So there's a rapture and she's a dirtbag. And that's really all I needed to know. I think it sounds really funny and fun and ridiculous. And also she can apparently see and hear ghosts as well as take them into her mindscape. What's that mean? I don't know. I'm excited
I don't
though.
know, but that
Um,
seems like it would be a movie with a bunch of cool punk rock
yeah.
soundtrack, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting from just
Yeah.
the description and the cover, and I really like the art too. So it just looks fun, and
Maybe
I'm
some
looking
wet
forward to it.
leg up in there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. It just looks like something I'll enjoy, and it sounds ridiculous. So, I'm gonna read that. It's gonna be fun.
Uh,
Uh,
Hayden's got it. Look at this. Maybe we should move to Scotland.
Free express shipping, some sites, and free healthcare. All right,
And
we're
free
going.
healthcare.
We
And
wanted to go to Scotland anyway, right?
all those cool accents, right? Because
Yeah.
that's my heritage. In case anyone didn't know, that's our heritage. I mean, it's not the only. For a long time, Robertson is a Scottish clan, and so I looked that up, and I thought for a long time that that's what I would be. And then I did the ancestry DNA and found out that I'm only like, what was it, 59% Scottish. Yeah,
That's still a majority.
it's still a pretty good chunk. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. Space Trash was another one that I asked for from Oni Press. This is a nice, like, big hardcover too.
Yeah.
But specifically, I saw this in a store, and I just really liked the art. I liked the name. The hardcover looks really nice, like I said. And I read the description on the back. It looks really fun. But specifically, now that I have it, Tilly Walden blurbed it on the back.
Well,
Tilly
you
loved
didn't
it.
even know that.
I didn't even know that. So obviously, this is perfect, and I'm real stoked about it. So that's another one. He also got me Open Bar from Oni Press. It's a nice chunky hardcover, or paperback rather.
Yeah.
But really interesting art. Looks like it's from like a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, I was going to say that really looks like something on Cartoon Network.
Right. Yeah.
Adult Swim.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it looks good. I remember reading the description, and Scotty Young blurred it on the back, so he loved it.
Cool.
What else? My last thing from Reed over here. There's some other stuff, but I'm not gonna. There's too many. I'm not gonna show them all. But
okay.
Yeah, he picked this out, and I'm like, what is it called? Wild or So I Was Born to Be. This is like a big trade too.
Cover's cool.
Really cool cover. Yeah, and the inside has really interesting art too, with like nice. I like these weird,
coloring.
Weird color palettes, but I enjoy that. I didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So really neat. It's quite floppy actually, which I also like. So yeah, this looks neat.
Hayden's coming in again here. Larry, percentages don't matter. If you live here, you're Scottish, and we'd accept you as your own, as our own. That's just what Scotland is like. Wow.
That's nice.
I do want to visit Scotland. I mean, I've never been anywhere, but I would, if I had to choose, one overseas destination, I'd probably say Scotland.
Yeah, and then we can visit Hayden. It'd be great.
Yeah, we could. Benefit. I want to go explore old castles and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, of course. I do have 2 Omnis left that I wanted to show. So you want to do yours? You want me to do one, or?
I'll do my final one, and then you can do your 2.
All right.
And everybody's going to love this.
Yes.
You got me All New Wolverine, so I will now have to read it.
Yep. It's going to be great.
Yep. So this is Tom King. Yes. Tom Taylor.
No. It's like, no. Yeah.
I get those Toms confused.
Just because they're both Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both Tom, and Jess, the Omni Dog, loves both Toms, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, he really loves Tom Taylor.
That's the one he really wants.
Yeah,
okay, so he's probably going to be like, yes, like he watches our show. He probably won't watch our show, but
he doesn't watch any show, so. But yeah, I mean, I already told him I was giving it to you for sure.
Yeah. So I'll read it not too long. I'll read it soonish.
Good. Okay? You need to.
So I can give you my full report in a video.
Yeah. Also, Nick wants to see that spine.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
I also like the white spines.
The white spines are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, and I like the art on here on the spine.
And, we've talked about Amazon shipping a lot. I got that from Amazon, and it came fine. It's shocking. I was very scared.
Yeah, there's not any damage to this at all.
Yeah, because you can't get it from any of the other retailers now. So I was like, oh, well, I need to get it for him before it's out of print, and I
And this
want to get it
is
now.
underneath the dust jacket.
Looks good, right?
Yeah, it does. But now, see, this could be a little bit slicker. I might be able to read this without it, though. Because I read most of my Omnis in bed, like a little kid on my belly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You
And
keep your feet. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and, I've got a cat. And before I had a cat, I had a dog. So there's always hair. And
Mhm.
Sunshine likes to, like, flop almost on my book. She's right up against me when I'm reading. And she's just out. She's snoring, well, not snoring, but she's asleep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a concern. But
I think that one would be fine.
yeah, I wish they would put a little sheen on it, though, and just get rid of this dust jacket entirely. Marvel's never done that with an Omni, have they?
No,
Has there ever been a dust jacketless Omni from Marvel? I don't think so.
no. I don't want them to start now, though, because then it's like too different, right? I don't
Why?
know.
It could still have the same look. It just wouldn't have the paper.
Then it won't be shiny like all the other ones,
It
I
could
don't know.
be if they put a
Here's the
gloss
thing:
on
they're
it.
not going to do it, though.
They're not
You know
going to
they're
do
not
it.
going
Why
to.
are we arguing about it? They're
They
not gonna
won't.
do
Yeah, they won't take any
Yeah.
of our ideas. It's fine. They won't do it.
it. You want to read that?
Oh, is Cosmic Detective only available through Kickstarter? I can't find it. Yes, it was only Kickstarter. I think eventually they'll put it out somewhere else, but unfortunately, it
Yeah.
was only Kickstarter.
I
Again,
can't see why they wouldn't eventually, but
yeah, I got my copy. Then my dad wanted a copy, and I was like, all right, I can do this. So
yeah. If you like Blade Runner, if you like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, if you like all three of those, yeah, you better go kickstart it.
you can't. You got to stop telling people to do that. They can't anymore. Is the problem? That's why Marcel's
Yeah.
like, can't find it.
Yeah, not going to work, is
Can't
it?
get it. Yeah.
I thought it still. I mean, you know what? I need to pull it up in another tab and look because I thought you could get it somehow.
Again, I don't know if they put it up anywhere. Marcel can't find it.
Nick says, ever try Flippy for reading? They're great for tablets and books, including omnibus. I bought a Flippy knockoff, I think, and I haven't really been able to make it work for me. Maybe it's because I lay down, That's probably why. It seems like it's a little too upright for the way I do it, which I'm weird. So,
well, yeah, everyone has those stands and stuff, but I just use a pillow in my lap, and I can maneuver it how I need it, to be.
Right. Marcellus, the DC has done the Sandman Omnis without dust jackets, but only those. Yeah, and those look really good too. They look like old really Bibles, don't they? They're like glossy black,
like classic,
I think, and gold. Yeah. Very blasphemous. Yeah, Karthik says, what's a Flippy? Should I go get that thing I think is a Flippy?
I assume it's like a book stand reading thing.
Yeah. Why don't you talk and I'll go grab it?
All right. What am I talking about? No, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead. Unfortunately, I can't click on comments while he's gone, but she's just laughing. Now he's...
it's over here.
We can hear everything you're saying, He should have muted his mic, is the point of this story, but he didn't do it. So that's fun. Can hear everything they're saying. Everything they're saying. Good times. So anyway, I do have 2 Omnis left that I will tease. I'm not going to show everybody yet until he's back. But hey, just so you know, if you ever leave again, you should really mute your mic because we can hear everything you're saying.
And did you hear echo from the TV in the other room?
No, but I can hear Mom.
Oh, well, that's okay. So this is a Flippy.
Is that what it's called? Oh, okay.
It's a Flippy. Because you can...
Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Interesting. So why'd you get it if you're not using it?
Well, I got it to try it. I thought I would use it. I need to try it again, probably. Yeah, I need to let you try it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try it. I think because it's a Flippy because there's slightly different angles. So the pitch would be different.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Depending on... Yeah, and you could use it for a tablet or a book,
Yeah, I think the way you lay and read isn't going to work for that.
Yeah, it's a little too upright for me.
But I sit up, so...
Right. But that's a Flippy.
Cool.
Flippies are good for laying on your lap. Also use mine to display my books now too. Okay. Oh yeah, that would be good for that.
It was just me being like, his mic's on. We can hear everything he's saying. I can't talk if he's talking.
Flippies. Marcelo says he found Cosmic Detective translated to Spanish, which I can read, but I don't like translated content.
Okay.
Because Marcelo is multilingual.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. No problem, Karthik. I had it. I just had to go run and get it and make a lot of noise. Richard Howell says, hey, both. Looking forward to catching up with this later. Cool.
Hey, Richard. Good to see you pop in.
Okay, you show your stuff now, and
Okay.
I'm going to open that up in another tab and examine that Kickstarter, okay?
Okay, good luck. You can't open a Kickstarter up again, but all right. Love this. So from my parents-in-law, I received 2 Omnis for Christmas. One of them being Batgirl Burnside, which I like that it's thin. I read the, what was it? Batgirl by Gail Simone Omni. Loved that. So, you know me. I'm not a huge DC person, but I did love that. So I'm looking forward to more Batgirl. And I got the Catwoman of East Bay, or East End, rather. East Bay. I'm thinking Green Day. By Ed Brubaker. So love that. It's huge and chunky.
I have that. I haven't read it yet, but I know it'll be great.
Naturally, yes. Naturally, you have it already. You haven't read it yet. This came with this shrink is barely on. I don't know why I even have it on at this point, but okay.
Well, Kristan, once again, you're right.
You should do the banner like Jess.
I'm gonna have to make a damn. Well, see, you have to pay for StreamYard to run a banner. Can't do it.
Yeah, I know. You have to be fancy. I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. I guess I was just looking at the static historical page because they keep the pages up.
Yeah.
Damn. Kickstarter only. But there's got to be demand for this, right? So.
Yeah, I think eventually they'll release it somewhere, but just
can
so
you know.
It? Can I read it what?
Can you read it digitally somehow? Probably not.
I'm thinking not, but.
I think you're right.
But maybe someone else. I mean, a lot of Kickstarter stuff eventually goes outside of Kickstarter. They may have a little clause about that, if they intend to do that eventually or not. Typically, they'll say something about it, but just so you know, I got you something special because I did not order 2 copies through Kickstarter.
So how did you do that? You can't say?
I can tell you later.
Okay.
I have a connection. You know the connection. So.
Okay.
You do.
Feels Nerdyverse says, hey, how are we all? Glad to catch a part of this live. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Well, we're almost done, but yeah, I'm looking for other sources and I'm not finding nothing other than a bunch of stuff that says out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Of course, you can still get it on eBay.
Where people put their copies, yeah.
$85. Buy it now on eBay.
Don't do that, people. Do not do that. No, that's ridiculous.
Here's one for $54.99. Buy it now. It's a little better. So there's some of these out there in various channels, but
yeah, don't pay that much, everyone. They'll probably release it later. Don't pay that much, please.
Yeah, surely
it's not worth it.
Surely they will release this. I mean, why leave the money on the table, right?
Well, it's a lot of incentive for people to back a Kickstarter and blow it up. That happens a lot. Some stuff stays
It
Kickstarter.
never
only.
comes back in any way.
Yeah. Usually you'll see it later, especially if there's extras or anything, but not always.
Yeah, I am not finding nothing other than a couple of eBays.
And again, please don't pay that much for that book. It's so thin, it's not worth it. No.
It's 168 pages. Yeah. It looks thinner than it is. It's
And
pretty
it's very
great
pretty,
read.
but it's not $50, $80 pretty, you know?
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Nick says Catwoman VCN has some cool art. I think you'll really dig it. Yeah, and of course it's Brubaker.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why I wanted to read it. I actually don't know much of anything about Catwoman, but it looks cool. Also, Darwin Cook art. I mean, yeah.
Karthik says, "What's your most anticipated movies of 2023?" People in the chat also answer.
I got nothing. I don't know what's coming out this year.
I don't think I really know either. Nick's got a couple
Yeah.
picks.
Oh,
Transformers,
okay.
Wars, Guardians Volume 3. Yeah,
Guardians 3 is my answer then, for sure.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for
even
sure.
know what's coming out.
New Chris Nolan movie. Nobody can remember the name, but yeah. There's so much TV content that's great now, streaming, that I'm so behind in different movies, you know.
Oh my gosh, I haven't watched a movie in
Yeah.
I don't know how long. Yeah.
Behind in TV too. There's so much content. It's
Well,
crazy.
I think we'll forever be behind in TV just because
Yeah,
there's too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got one more, or was that it?
That was it.
That was it. That was a
Yep.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Glad we did this. I need to work on my Tolkien shelf now because it's
Yeah.
going to have to expand into 2. I don't know. I may have to combine some of my dinosaurs. I got a dinosaur shelf in here. I got a gaming shelf that's like Skyrim and Fallout and stuff like that. And then I've got a Tolkien shelf, but the Tolkien shelf needs to be 2. Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep. Oppenheimer. That must be the Chris Nolan he couldn't think of. Last of Us HBO series is up there for me too. And yes, Oppenheimer looks great. Nick says. Yep. Well, I think we about got it all, didn't we?
Yeah. As far as TV though, I am looking forward to the upcoming You season that comes out next month. You need to watch You.
What is You about?
I've told you what You is
I know, but I
about.
forget. I'm old.
It's on the list of shows that I demand you all watch. Okay, so you need to do that soon because the next season's coming out soon, and you need to be
gotta
watching
watch
it.
Wednesday. I want to start Wednesday.
No, you need to start You. I've been telling you forever. Come on now. Seasons have gone by. You need to get into it. You're gonna. I don't even want to tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you. Go into it. You just need to go into it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah. Just do it. I'm telling you.
Well, this has been great. Now I got a whole lot of books to pick up. Well, I didn't throw the books, but I do have some boxes to pick up.
Oh, I thought you meant buy. I was like, did we learn nothing from this?
No, I meant move out of here so I can move because I'm surrounded now by
I
stacks
also
of books.
am. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here, being in the chat.
You.
It's been great. Yeah, I think this worked out pretty good.
Absolutely.
And we got a lot to be thankful for. I mean, you know, having too many books, I guess, is a great problem to have. You got to have a problem, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, some people need to buy less books, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can at least get you to read those paperbacks I gift you.
Yep. Except fun times. Karthik said bye. Yeah. Yep. Bye, everybody. I think we'll end it here. Yep.
Have a good night.
Oh, subscribe to Kristan's channel, Comic Slayer.
Yeah. I'm going to do videos over here.
Down in the doobly-doo. I can't get it with the webcam. I do pretty good with the tripod, but the webcam.
It's hard. It's hard to get used to.
Yep. Yep. Bye, people.
Bye.
See ya.